Wow, how are you all doing? I was wondering where was I this Sunday? Let me get this right in terms of every time I change up, I have to come back, make sure that I can see myself properly. Hope all is well. It has been a short week, another short week. I can't say long week. We are at the 14th day and we just started November. It just seemed like yesterday. And of course, persons are getting anxious and the crazy season is kicking in. I just want to thank everyone who from Sunday to Sunday join me here just to hear what I have to say and some of the recommendations that I have made. You have actually taken up some of those recommendations and I've met with some of you and I also want to congratulate and welcome all the new clients between the month of August and November. I want to thank you for employing me, for believing in me, and also for taking those recommendations. And I want to implore the others to let us get the financial planning and the portfolio started. Thank you once again every Sunday. For those of you who may be joining in for the very first time, my name is Shernette Clark. I am a licensed financial advisor by the FSC, which is the Financial Services Commission, right here in the beautiful island of Jamaica. And what that simply means is that I am licensed to do financial products, namely life insurance, health insurance, critical illness coverage insurance, pension, and some aspect of investments to assist you in creating that plan and that discipline that is going to help you to achieve those financial goals and those big ticket items in terms of your dreams. Never a dream is too big. Yes, times are going by quickly. We can say time a fly, and that is the bad news. But the good news is you have control over time or what you can accomplish during the time that we have. You can still accomplish those dreams and those goals. Now, I made some jottings here for you this week as it relates to the crazy season that is coming in. And yes, I am seeing the overwhelming commercials and advertisements, zero down or nothing down, 36 months to pay until February or March 2022, and the list goes on. Some of them are offering millions, whether 200,000, 500,000, what it is, whatever it is for us to get us to purchase more. And if it is that we don't need it, guys, don't be tempted. If you don't need the item, don't be tempted. If you need it and you see where you can get a deal or use the Jamaican saying, use one stone, kill two birds, then you can. But if it is that you are coming out of a debt or you have just paid off your debts, don't be tempted to get into any more loans or any more debts. If you can purchase those items with the 90 days plan that they may have or a shorter period that will cause you to pay much less or little or no interest, then I would say go for it. But if it's going to be attracting those and putting you back into those uncomfortable situations, you want to give yourself a breather out of those high interest loans, or if it is that you just paid off a credit card. No, it says ask yourself before you buy this Christmas. And this goes for me too, because we're normally tempted. And here are some quick practical tips. Now, let me just see how best I can go through them. Now, it says here, before you get kind of crazy and frenzy in the shopping season, before you go buying a bunch of stuff, and it may be family and friends for this season, you can ask them what they need, because our family members and our friends who we normally buy gifts for will know that we're going to be buying them gifts, or we usually buy them gifts. So even if you don't ask them outrightly, what do you want for Christmas? Find ways and means to find out what is it that they really need, because sometimes when we buy them some gifts, they really don't use it. So maybe you can, offer a friend, not saying me, I just saying a friend, a child-free night. They could use a babysitter. That could be a gift, don't cost you anything. Maybe snacks or, some small gifts for the children, whatever it is to keep them entertained, or maybe games. But you could offer that to friends and family, a child-free night. Maybe they could use a homemade meal sometimes, because we're so busy We have no time to prepare a homemade meal. And by the way, guys, that's another thing in terms of saving this season. Do you see the cost of fast food? No. I remember when $1,000 could probably purchase 3 meals, whether it is Burger King or KFC, or maybe about $1,500 there about a meal and a drink. No, it can't. We have to be careful how we buy these fast foods, especially for lunch. We gotta be careful if we can take lunch. I say take lunch, and I mean I'm not saying that we shouldn't buy fast food or we shouldn't eat out, but maybe if you used to do it 3 times per week, you can cut it down to two or to one or once a month. But if we are not saving and we are spending so much money on food, what is going to happen? No, maybe the person just needed to listen to them over tea or coffee. I don't know how it is that you can say. You guys must know what your friends and your family like. And maybe they don't know what to ask for, or you're too embarrassed to ask. Maybe you could be one to give them um what they need for this season, rather than just buy a bunch of stuff that they never use. So you buy them a toaster, and them have one or two toaster under the cabinet that they never use, or they don't use it, or they have a microwave, or whatever it is. Find out what is it that they need. Sometimes we have a bunch of glasses, and I'll see I broke like 2 glasses this week. So sometimes just a gift with 6 or so glasses or 12 would be nice because it's needed. You can never go wrong with these non-stick pan for your omelets, for your stir fry. You make sure that you're purchasing stuff that they need. And we know what our friends and family may need, because we may go around them when we hear them that, oh, my magic bullet stopped working or my blender stopped working. And where a lot of persons now are into these shakes and smoothie and eating very healthy, you can buy the stuff that they need that will make their life easier in terms of preparing or food preparation in terms of these meals. So there are ways that we can find out, and then there are things that are affordable than to put ourselves into these high expensive stuff. And then I'm saying that our friends and even ourselves sometimes don't use them, but because they are giving us these fancy offers in terms of, no interest or zero money down, etc., we think we're getting a steal and we think that we're getting a deal. But come February 2022, when you have to be paying those interest rates on a monthly basis and adding up how much you pay for the next 36 months or 18 months, that you could have paid far more less in 90 days, or purchasing that item cash, or don't purchase the item at all if you don't need it. Now, most of us are going to be getting some bonuses or extra money this season. And if it is that you are and you don't need to spend that money, invest, invest, invest. It's best for you to save that money and put that money, or let that money continue to grow for something else that you may need couple months down the line. And guys, we haven't been talking about rainy days a lot. And based on our experience during COVID-19, it doesn't have to be a literal rain or hurricane, but it could be things. It could be a pandemic as we're in now. It could be anything that is going to cause whatever it is that you're saving to derail or to be depleted quickly. Because it's not that I didn't have savings, but I had some occurrences just before, like 2018, invested and lost some money, and that was a crazy period. And of course, here comes COVID, 2019, 2020, 2021. So, so it rocked me to the ground. No, but I'm not going to sit around and mope and complain. And what if I'm the type of person that when I get hit hard so many times, I'm just going to get up and dust myself off and find another way and not and other means to work it out until I rebuild myself. No, I have given some tips and ideas in last week's video and the week before video. Go back and watch those videos for some tips and ideas in terms of how is it that we're going to be creating the sinking fund, the emergency fund, and of course, guys, you need your insurance. You need your insurance in the event of death, and it is appointed unto all of us to die. We don't know when, and we certainly don't have control over it. So if it is that you have passed on and you have dependents, namely children or if your parents or your significant other, you want to make sure that you don't leave a burden on your family. that they can put you away respectfully. And if it is that you have any outstanding creditors, whether mortgage or any other loan, that they're able to close those and to cover those without you having to pay for you, because your loans don't die with you, by the way. If it is a critical illness, a diagnosis of cancer, stroke, or heart attack, you want to make sure, or any other critical illness, kidney failure, you want to make sure, paralysis, major burn, you want to make sure that you have a lump sum to deal with those eventualities. One diagnosis of cancer can wipe out your entire investment or savings. You want to make sure that you're aware of these costs as it relates to these treatments, or even if you decide to go natural, how much it is going to cost me to buy these foods that I need, or these treatment that I need to do natural stuff, whatever you decide to do. You want to make sure that you have that lump sum put away to deal with those eventualities. What if you're unable to work during treatment and getting well? You want to make sure that your dependents are able to even afford the basic necessities: food, shelter, clothing, and if there are children who are still going to school, education. You want to make sure that your family doesn't have to worry about that aspect, and you can think about just getting well without thinking, where is the money coming from? You want to make sure also that you have the health insurance. Health insurance as it relates to your doctor's visits, your prescription drugs, your diagnostics tests, whatever it is that you need to do, dentist, optical, you want to make sure that those are in place. Encourage persons, if you're employed to a company that does the group health insurance, that you talk to them about what other benefits you can get as an employee. I know for the government, we speak about Medigap, and there are other companies that offer the supplemental health. My supplemental health for my family, I'm only paying probably an additional $600 more, where I get more benefits on my dental, on surgeries, and on prescription drugs. You want to make sure that you also maximize on what it is that you think your family will utilize more. So you want to have those discussions. Pension, we can't talk about it enough. Persons are living longer based on technology, and persons are lifestyles have changed, eating, exercising. Now you want to make sure that when it is that you are deciding that, I'm tired of working, my working days are over, that you're able to retire comfortably. So you want to make sure that you're contributing to a fund, whether it is a superannuation fund through your company, or it is that you're doing a ARS, an approved retirement scheme, or ASF. So you want to make sure that those are in place, that when that time comes, whether age 65 or 70, that you have that money that will be able to purchase an annuity to create that lifetime income. So you want to put those in place. And if you don't, or if you have one and don't have the other, or you think you have but you don't understand what is it that you have, or you don't think it's adequate, or even if it is adequate, let us have those discussions. And of course, I can be contacted here, right here on the Iconic Advisor channel on YouTube. Also, I want to thank those persons who have subscribed to the channel. I want you also to share with your friends and your families. And also, I can be had on Facebook, which is Shernette Higgins Clark, LinkedIn Shernette Higgins Clark, and on Instagram, Icon Sherns with a Z. So ICONSHERNZ. Guys, I want to encourage you to stay strong, to stay focused, and to stay safe. Make sure that you're observing the protocols. COVID still a keep. Make sure that you're topping up on your vitamins and your minerals. Ladies, we need the magnesium, whatever it is that we need to do to take care of ourselves and our families. Wear your mask, watch your distance, and of course, washing off your hands. Be intentional about everything that is you're doing to protect yourself. Our roads have become so unsafe. Please be careful out there. Be vigilant. In this time, we hear a lot of harm being done in terms of murders and in terms of robberies. Guys, just cover yourselves. Be vigilant, aware of your surroundings, and just look out for one another. Just look out for one another. Remember to walk good, and guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. See you next Sunday. I sure do intend to. Bye.